All right, we're back at it, and we're playing Timeless, and we have a new iteration of our deck here. I don't know if you played Timeless in the last day or so, but everyone discovered that Show and Tell is legal in this format. So every other matchup right now is Show and Tell Omniscience, which is bonkers because that is obviously a legacy deck, which is fantastic, and it is tearing up the scene in Timeless right now. So we got to be a little bit faster. This seems to be the how this goes. Every couple days, someone realizes that there's a super big combo, like a combo that existed in the past pretty much, and they revisit it in Timeless, and it dominates, and then everyone adjusts their deck to account for it, and then that goes away a little bit. But the format is fast, and I think I was assuming people were going to play a little more fair Magic than we're seeing, and everyone's just going all in, especially in best of one. Like in best of three, I'm sure it's a whole different animal, but I ain't got time for best of three, and that's not really how I want to play. So we're gonna try speeding up our Winota deck here a little bit. So, as they say, this is a Dark Ritual format. Dark Ritual is legal. It is kind of foolish to not be playing Dark Ritual if you're in a mostly black deck, and we have adjusted to be a mostly black deck and be playing Dark Ritual. So, we got our Bowmasters, we got our bats, I'm running a single Thoughtseize. I'm not super in love with it because Delney is everything. This card is fantastic. Playing with this card, everything that happens is absolutely amazing. Bowmasters is unbelievable with this. If you could get someone, if someone brainstorms and you can Bowmasters with a Delney in play, that's pretty much game over right there. A lot of the same classics we're seeing, the Jouster, the Kaya Spirit Guide. We're down to only one, or Spirits of Justice. I thought about going up. I also realized that Gamble was legal in this format, so there's a small part of me that wanted to go up on Kaya's, down on Winota's, and split the difference with Gamble's. But then I'm kind of just making myself have a 5 mana cost Winota, and I'm not sure if that's the right call, because if I get Kaya, but I don't have Winota in the graveyard, then it's kind of not really achieving the same thing there. They're not completely one for one. New addition here is Anam Pakal. I had always kind of shrugged this card off because the equation was always it's a bad Winota. But when you start to do the math on this, it's actually the most efficient token generator that is in the game, that is at least in this format, because this beats Legion Warboss, because you get the token on the attack that it happens, and then it's a 1/2. So what makes this work so fantastically is Delney again, because if you have this out and a Delney, the first time you're going to get 3 gnomes off of this, because you're going to get the +1/+1 and a gnome, and then 2 +1/+1s and 2 gnomes. It sucks that they come in attacking because that doesn't trigger Winota, and that was always it's a bad Winota. But if this happens, then you can turn around and swing with it. That's great. This is also a good target for Kaya, because if you have a big Bowmaster token, you can turn it into a Anam Pakal, and then you basically have a Fireball sitting there also. So you're going to get this with the extra power. It's going to attack. It's going to get +1/+1. It'll have the extra +1/+1 from the Orc army, and then it will swing. Another interesting card that we're playing here is Blightwing Whelp. I thought about running Hypnotic Spectre, but I'm going with the Blightwing Whelp instead. This is another digital-only card. I love these cards. This is kind of taking the place of Rahilda in here. It does kind of the same thing, except it's going to pull cards from our library, and then it does it based on Toxic counters. So it's going to hit. I'm 99% sure that since Toxic is a static ability, even if Delney's out, it's going to hit, and they'll get 1 Toxic, so you'll get to tutor 2 1 mana value spells. And then the next time you tutor 2 mana value spells. But if you get 1 mana value spells, it's most likely going to be a Dark Ritual, or Deathrite Shaman, which are both of those are ramp spells. So it's just going to kind of keep fueling the gas. And then once you hit 2, it's absolutely phenomenal. Our 2-drops are unbelievably amazing here. 3 drops could get us another Whelp. If for some reason we make it to 4, it's going to be this. But there's no way this will ever get up to 4. We've lost the game if this has hit the table and then we're getting to turn 4. It's also a great outlet for another Dark Ritual. It's another place to bury that 3 mana in turn 1. Turn 1, this is pretty good, because turn 2 you swing, and then you get yourself back a Dark Ritual or a Deathrite Shaman, and you're in pretty good shape. Snarling Gorehand, we're down to 2. Just because everything is kind of going so fast now that I'm not really taking the time to like fill my graveyard. We're kind of going for the win. So this guy's kind of sitting on the. He's kind of dwindling down. I still really like it, but I think we need to be applying pressure. Like turn one, Snarling Gorehound is not winning the game. It's not gonna like prevent my opponent from winning the game. In the late game, it will probably get us there because it will get us the piece we need to become it'll become like a fake draw to get us the Winota to close the game or get us the Kaya to close the game. But in the early game, it's not. So it's kind of like a weird, even though it costs one, it doesn't really get you where you need to until the end. And when everyone's going show and tell on turn 3, like turn 2, turn 3, you kind of need a way to be interacting with that pretty quickly. And show and tell is also super fantastic because brainstorm's legal. So even if you're hitting them with like a Thoughtseize or something, they can brainstorm and put away the omniscience or the show and tell or whichever piece they have. And then that deck is just like nothing but tutors. If we could ever get the opposition agent, that'd be pretty fantastic in this format. Also, if we could get Torok, the one with the kicker, that would be absolutely amazing. That would absolutely go in for Blightwing Whelp in a heartbeat. Because with the kicker, it comes in and it would trigger on Delney, so you'd get your opponent to discard 4 cards at random, and then it would get 8 counters. So that would be like an absolute all-star. I wonder if people in Legacy are going to play that in Death and Taxes. I certainly would, but that card is not legal, so we're going with Blightwing Whelp and kind of the package here. We're able to like smooth out our lands a little bit since we're kind of we're more just Orzhov here. Like we're splashing to get that little bit of red, but we are very Orzhov now, so get a couple Caves of Coilers, we got some Godless Shrines, we can run just the Bloodstained Mires, like we don't need to be worrying about trying to get anything that generates any other color, because before we were kind of sometimes trying to get blue and such like that, but and I'm not as dependent on the planes because we're now up to 4 Deathrite Shaman, so as long as I have a Deathrite Shaman, and if I get Blood Mooned, all I need to do is be able to generate white mana, so that should be pretty easy. So this is what we got. It's going faster. Honestly, the games are probably going to be shorter than this introduction was, but let's jump in and see what is going on the ladder and see what we can do. I called it, it's now Winota Winter Turbo because we're trying to go a little bit faster here. So I still love this format. I think it's really fantastic. I'm curious to see if they do a like band restricted, like when they like in the next like I don't know, like when they do a rebalance, which honestly might be soon because we're gonna get the Karlov Manor alchemy cards, and that's usually the moment where they do a rebalance around then. So I go first. We're not very fast, but we do have a Juggernaut Peddler, so we should be able to get a show and tell or a natural order. So let's go for it. I don't love this hand. Like honestly, this is not a modified new hand. This is kind of the same as we had with the old hand, but it's still decent. Turn 2 Juggernaut Peddler is good. But yeah, I'm curious to see if they wind up restricting more stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if Necro or Natural Order wind up getting restricted, and now that Show and Tell is everywhere, I wouldn't be blown away if Show and Tell got restricted. Like, you know, these are the best cards in the game. These are the best cards in Legacy. Absolute whiff on that Duress. That's rough. Sorry, opponent. That one hurts right there. Why are we running Duress and not Thoughtseize and Inquisition? Like, both of those are better. I'd also, like, even before Duress, I would run Undercity Plunder. Like, because that's kind of like a Hymn to Torok. It's going to get 2 cards. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised we're not seeing that in this format. Like, I guess you don't get to pick the card. But it's still pretty fantastic to hit for 2. I'm also like, we're just killing time here. My opponent is salty because they duressed into a hand of all creatures. Poor opponent. I'm sorry. Liliana even. Liliana. You've done so much greatness for this game, and here we are. I'm gonna hit that with the Juggernaut. Let's see what they got. I mean, they had the Inquisition. Why wouldn't you play the Inquisition on turn 1? Oh my lord, Liliana, what is going on here? Okay, I mean, that guy's kind of scary, but obviously she's scarier, and I don't think we're closing this game out before she's hitting the table, so Let's get rid of... or do we get rid of the Inquisition? I mean, I think we get rid of the Inquisition, actually, because then we could hit them again next turn and get rid of the... Yeah. We'll get rid of Shelly next. So... Yep, Gifted Aetherborn. I'm okay with that. I mean, we're still a couple turns away from that Shelly. I kind of... It'd be nice to have that removal spell. I don't want to throw my Orcish Bowmaster into it. We can't even ramp. So, yeah, I think we just go Juggernaut Peddler again. They're in mono black, so I'm not expecting to have any lands at the table. Yeah, Shieldred. Okay. I mean, this guy having lifelink is not irrelevant here, but they're... I think we've hindered them pretty badly here. Bobble, okay. Yeah, sure, take the 2. I mean, I'll trade 2 for 4. Alright, full control, because I'm going to Bowmaster. In response to that trigger. Bonk. I mean, I think the right move would have... I don't know if the right move would have been to actually do the march at that point. Questionable. Because they're clearly, like, if they're running Shelly, like, there's got to be a 1 ring. So this has got to be pretty actually scary to them. Okay. But I'm not sure. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about something. Turning these guys into Juggernauts is also pretty fantastic because now they can't really activate the March. So they can hit this. Yeah, okay. Okay, hit the Juggernaut with the March. Okay, interesting play. Yeah, I guess Death of a Shaman, right? Next turn might be, do I want Pakal? I think I do want Pakal. No blocks. You know what I might actually want? I might want the Blightwing, because the Blightwing flies and has trample. Not trample. It has flies, and you can give it haste. Yep, it can't ramp. I can hold back and block. It is also tempting to get in there with the Onum. But I could be starting to tutor, which might be more important at this stage. What's the right call here? What's the right call? Staring down a lot of damage for sure. I could save myself 2 if I go with the Onum, but then I still have to attack with someone who's just gonna die. So, you know what? I think this is the right call. It's haste, right? Yeah. It's haste, right? I remember how these cards work. Swing! Get up in there in the sky. I mean, that was kind of the idea, right? We basically just got our mana back. We had to give it a turn. I mean, my opponent's still at 20. I think I blocked the Peddler. Because the hope is to rip a Winota. That's the hope here. So, that doesn't trigger Winota. He serves his purpose. He's gone. Goodbye. Okay, now we're going to do the Delney test here and see what we wind up getting. Do I Dark Ritual into Delney? I think I do Dark Ritual into Delney, because if I pull a Juggernaut Peddler, I want to be able to cast it, so I need the mana to be able to cast it. We still don't have any... yeah, because I can go Dark Ritual. Delney. Use the extra black mana for the death right. Alright. This is also cool because Delney's first ability, it makes it so the Juggernaut can't block. Granted, it can't block anyways because it has to attack every turn, but if it had been in play, then we could have gotten through. They got something. They got a removal spell. Do they have a Bowmaster? I mean, if they have a Bowmaster, it's irrelevant. Well, it could block. Their life total is so high. I mean, I could have a Deathrite block. Send in the Orc. Oh, this feels not super great to send that guy in. Let's do it. Go this way. Deathrite will block a Juggernaut. I'm hoping I get a Bowmaster. That's what I really want. I'm hoping I get a Bowmaster off of this Blightwing. I get 2 cards. And it's Bowmaster, Juggernaut, or Deep Cavern Bat. So I'm attacking their hand, or I'm going to have another Bowmaster in play. Who are you hitting? Okay. Pretty good. Okay, there's the Bowmaster. To my Bowmaster? Yep. Pretty good turn for them. Are they holding another Bowmaster? What do you think? Do you think they're holding another Bowmaster? No. Okay. Another Juggernaut. Okay, cool. I need blockers. Like, I need blockers back. I think I need to do this. My opponent's got 1 card in hand. I need to attack in order to trigger this. Do I attack with a Deathrite? Oh, I don't want to lose my Deathrite, but I'm going to lose my Deathrite. But then I keep back a 2/2 who could block a little bit better. Can't attack with Delney. Oh, you're right, they can't get blocked. Right, see, here we go, Delney's relevant here. Boom. Okay, sweet. Okay. We got a 3/4 now also. Not irrelevant. Interesting call there. Hit the Deathrite? What's the thinking there? Shieldred's Edict? Non-token creature. Man, that gets in the game, doesn't it? No, wait, no, I can still make the blocks. I can still make the blocks here. Losing the Delney hurts real bad. They're at 19. I'm at 5. Go Winota, right? Do I swing? Like, I got Winota. I have one blocker back. Can I close out the game? What could I hit? I don't know if Winota's... I don't know if 3 Winota triggers are enough. That's 6/6. Got Delney. I wish those would have come in the opposite order. Do I live to see my next turn? It's gonna be close. This is gonna be a close one. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. My opponent's looking at 10. They make a block. Making a block would be absolutely fantastic here. I mean, you make blocks for things that... Okay, nope. I mean, I think you blocked a Delney with a Aether Barn. Like, why wouldn't you? What did they draw? A removal spell? That's the game. I mean, not oops indeed, but I had to go for it. Good game. Good game. That was close, but yeah, we weren't quite fast enough. We needed to be just a smidge faster there. So we hit the right things, but yeah, we need to be closing the game out before we're getting hit by our own juggernauts. That's problematic to say the least there. There may have been an argument that I should have blocked one of the juggernauts with a Anam Pakal, because then at least it would have killed it. But not totally sure. Not totally sure. I kind of need to land on a list and then like get reps, and I think we're super close. I think this is the list. Other than that, like that one Thoughtseize I'm not super in love with, but we'll see. But I mean, the answer might be going for more Thoughtseizes. It might be cutting the Gorehound for Thoughtseize, because like right here, this Gorehound, that doesn't feel very good. Like, this is not a very good looking hand. If this was a Thoughtseize, this might be a keep, just because I can turn 1 Thoughtseize. Like, I have no play on turn 2 and a kind of mediocre turn 3, so not a great hand either way. I mean, this is a good hand. I think we ship a mana confluence. Like, I don't want to lose any of this, so we'll just kind of go for it. Hope my opponent has a bunch of fetches and we can keep ramping as we need to here. I would love to go turn 2 Delney, turn 3 that. I mean, is that Holloway? How much mana is that? 3, 4. I mean, it's turn 2 Delney. It's not the way I want it to be a turn 2 Delney. But I think it's the right thing to do. I lose a mana. Man, a fetch land for either of us would have been super fantastic here. But I think waiting the one turn... Like, unless they go Ritual Show and Tell. Like, do we fear the Show and Tell right now? I'm gonna assume they don't have Ritual Show and Tell. Let's see. It could be a silly mistake. Deal 2 damage. Do they go Ritual Show and Tell? Nope, that's not a Ritual Show and Tell. Explore. Okay, we're on something totally different here. Are we on... Oh, we're about to find out what we're on. Adventurous Impulse? I've never even looked at this. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. What was that card? Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land from among them and put it into your hand for the rest of the bottom. I'm sorry, what? Did they whiff on this? Okay, here's a good example. Thoughtseize, absolutely fantastic turn 1. But here, because I can get double triggers, I almost want to go for the bat. And you know what? They're drawing cards like mad, but I still think I want the bat. Like, we got to see what we're up against here. Infernal Grasp, Opt, and Exquisite Blood. Okay, I guess we're taking the 2 Infernal Grasp. Like, that was a pretty good bat, because now they have no removal spells, so the bat's holding them. Now, it does suck if they ever kill the bat, because they're going to get those 2 removal spells back, but hopefully we can close the game out. Man, Bowmasters have been nice. They're just card draw the deck, aren't they? Let's see if we can get them with the Bowmaster here. Oh, the Peddler would be nice. Exquisite Blood. What's the combo this goes with? I don't even totally remember. I think I want to get it out of their hand, though. I think I really want to get it out of their hand. I mean, the Peddler would be nice, but... Man, no lands in any graveyard still. Killing me. I think we gotta get the combo piece out. Okay, like now they're just playing up the top. Okay, there we go. Okay, close to that. We did it. We got there. Okay, so that Thoughtseize was good. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, obviously, Thoughtseize is like one of the best cards ever printed. Part of it is I only have a single copy, so that's why I'm only running the single copy. If I had more, it would be much highly more considered here, but I'm not sure. I don't know. As I said, the deck list is not fully set, but I like having a synergy and leaning into it. Like, that's kind of my thing and like how I like to deck build, and the Thoughtseize kind of veers away from the synergy. But it does save us and protect us, and like it buys you a turn, or it can like make it so you don't lose the game. So, you know, it's like no one's gonna say like Thoughtseize is worse than Snarling Gorehound. Like, Snarling Gorehound is a fun and good card, but like, if our goal is to win, I think Thoughtseize might be the better card. And then off the Blightwing, that's pretty great. If you hit, and then you're either getting a Dark Ritual, or a Thoughtseize, or a Deathrite Shaman. Those are 3 absolutely fantastic 1-drops to get there. Opponent goes first. Opponent has Lurrus. I got no turn 1 play. Turn 2 I can Delney. Turn 3 I can Anampakal. And then I'm going to have stuff, but it requires me to attack with this Delney on turn 3. This hand looks pretty scary, actually. We're going to mulligan this one. I mean, this hand looks worse. Okay, this is a hand. Throw back the Jester, because we want to get that off of a Winota. God, do I throw a land? It feels bad. My opponent's on Lurrus, though, so we can assume we're going to be seeing a lot of fetch lands here and a lot of, like, surveilling. So, I think we can do this and be safe, because having the 2 bats is probably better if we could be removing stuff. Let's see. Let's see if we regret that decision. I don't think we're going to regret it. I mean, obviously, the Deathrite Shaman is a prime target to get, like, lightning bolted right here. Buttonmire. I mean, even if we are just trying to natively draw lands, we're not in bad shape here. But if the Deathrite Shaman can the Demonic Tutor. Okay, so we're against Breach here. I think I need to play the Bat next turn. As much as I'd like to play the Blightwing Whelp, that's not really applying pressure to the board. And I'm not sure I have another turn. Let's see what we draw here. Okay, Bloodstone of our own. The Bat can get whatever they just tutored for, which is probably Breach. They clearly didn't have a removal spell because they didn't hit the Deathrite with it. So that makes this pretty tempting to just kind of get in there. I think we... want the Bat. I really think we want the Bat here. And keep the mana up. I think that's the right call. So, we'll Godless Shrine. We'll bat. Okay, they do have a fatal push. Claim to fame. Interesting. Ragavan. Interesting. Fatal push. Okay, well, we gotta take the fatal push. Because otherwise they just kill the bat and get it back. It's a tough one, because obviously I think their call is to dash in Ragavan, which is pretty phenomenal here, especially with the two claim to fames here. Hit that guy? Did you draw a removal spell? I'm not sure. You just get it back. Two removal spells. Brutal. Claim to fame and Ragavan. I think I take the Ragavan. Alright. They're certainly dealing themselves a ton of damage. Pretty good. Man, they are just removal spells all over the place here, aren't they? Ragavan's back. But that's how you gotta run Ragavan. Like, you have to run a ton of removal spells. So this deck is taking very good advantage of that. So I'll give them that. There's no way their deck runs. I mean, it could run Blood Moon. It is Rakdos. It may have been the wrong call. I may have wanted to actually get... Delney's a 2/2. That Ragavan's gonna hit real hard. I kind of want to block him. And I really don't want to block with the Delney. But they have claim to fame, so even blocking him, he's just going to come back. Do I just try to race? Is that what we do here? I mean, let's see what happens. Cancel the card. Oh, please, okay. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Yeah, Ragavan's gonna hurt, but I think we kind of had to do it. To get another removal spell? Insanity. Just every top deck has been a removal spell. Okay, take 3. What you got? What you got? Ooh! Can't play it, though. By and large. I mean... we're on a clock now for sure. Do I block? Because all they're going to do is just like bring it back. And then they can't play the fame side, right? I don't totally remember how this works. It's claim to fame. You can't play the aftermath side until the other side's played. Man, I kind of don't want to block. Okay, land. That wasn't terrible. I need something that can answer the Dragon's Rage Channeler. That does not answer the Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay, they said all the removal spells. And we kind of had to take a pretty harsh mulligan, so. Good game. You got it. Let's do one more. Let's do one more here. I'm not sure if that was the breach deck or if that was just Rakdos aggro. I think that was just Rakdos aggro. I've been seeing a lot less of that, but hey, there it was. So that's just like that's part of the fun with Timeless is that there's such a wide range of decks now. I do think that they kind of need to do something to like temper the super quick combos. Like I'm gonna call it the like content creator combos. The ones that are just like super flashy, the channel, like show and tell, like necro, like they're super fun and flashy, but I think we kind of like drop them. Because they work in Legacy because Force of Will exists. Like, love it or hate it, but Force of Will keeps Legacy together. Like, that is the card that keeps that format functioning. Otherwise, it turns into just a giant mess of everyone trying to combo off on like turn 1 or turn 2. Like, Force of Will holds that format together. But now we don't have that here. Like, it's not as ridiculous because we don't have as push stuff, but it's not like, it gets close to it. It gets close to it. So, I don't know. I don't want to be like, we need to print Force of Will into this format because then obviously blue becomes the best color. But, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 3 or 4 more cards restricted. Alright. We got turn 1 Bowmaster. Let's see if we can get them. Alright, we're clearly playing against Titan, so. I mean, I'm just gonna go get my swamp. Cause I have a Godless Shrine. Yeah. Can we get them? Can they try to draw a card here? Like, it's not gonna be like the best get in the world. Like, it's not gonna be a brainstorm get, but we could probably. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see. You know, not amazing, but hey, it's extra damage, and I'll take it. Get in there, guys. Alright. Natural order, please. 1 natural order. I'll give you a Juggernaut for your natural order. I mean, both these cards are... all of these cards are super scary. I guess Sign of Industry. You tell me what the right call was there, because I have no freaking idea, but my opponent has no play this turn. Okay, they have an Arboreal Grazer. I mean, they're getting closer. They're getting closer, that's for sure. Whew! I mean... Thoughtseize sure feels good. This would feel real crummy if it was a Snarling Gorehound right now. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's an argument to say that I honestly get rid of the Juggernaut. Because the Colossus, there's like 3 turns and they're drawing off the top. I think the Juggernaut's the right call, honestly. Like, as weird as that is. Like, they got nothing. 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even... I mean, they could draw Natural Order, but that's irrelevant to that. Natural Order doesn't get them what they... Like, it doesn't matter whether they're holding the Colossus or not. Is it Colossus, Cultivator, Colossus? Spelunkin. And the next turn we Winota. I mean... I think we got this one. I think this one's ours. I think we'd have to whiff pretty hard or something really bonkers would have to happen right now for us to lose this game. But here's our girl. Here's the team. Come on, Jouster. 10-10 Jouster coming in. There we go. I think that's a good way to end it for tonight. But we're moving up. We are moving up the ranks, so we're doing pretty good. What was tonight? Were we 2-2? 1-3? We definitely won 2 games. Did we lose 2 or 1? 2. 2-2. I think we were 2-2. But I'm feeling a lot better about this build. The Snarling Gorehound sure has a target on his back. Like, I love him, and he was doing some pretty fun things. I also like the way he works with Deathrite Shaman, but man, grabbing a Thoughtseize sure feels pretty great, and the format is super fast, so like we just might need the Thoughtseize. And that was a good example. Like, Winota doesn't need to be huge, and kind of as I was saying, like in the past, it's kind of more of like a value Winota. It's like a collected company Winota as opposed to like a combo Winota. Like, there's nothing that she's bringing in that is higher mana value than her. Like, she's the top of the curve. It's just the idea that I can convert 2 or even 1 creature into something else. Like, I can turn that Bowmaster token into a 3-drop, into a 2-drop. And one of the 2-drops is Juggernaut Peddler, who will then take out a card. So it's like, that's kind of the idea. Like, I'm playing her in this deck a lot more like a collected company as opposed to like a over-the-top win con. Like, obviously hitting the Jouster is phenomenal, like, especially with Delney, because you get a 10-10, but like, Jouster by itself on like turn 3, or like going Ritual Jouster on turn 2, that's not a bad play. It's a 6/6 Trampler. Like, that can't be dealt damage. Like, it's a really strong card. I'm literally the only person I've seen playing it. I think people are like underrating it. Like, and this is like the toughest, like fastest, most like combo centric format, and it's doing fairly well. I can't imagine how good it must be in, actual alchemy or in historic. Like, it's gotta be pretty good. So, we all are also trying to get it for free. But right now in alchemy, you can play Delney and Jouster. Like, turn 2 Delney, turn 3 Jouster. That is a alchemy play right now that you could be making, and that seems pretty good. As I mentioned, I'm curious to see what the Karloff Manor alchemy cards are, but if something cool comes along, I might go into that, especially if it's in like Mardu, because obviously that play that I just described is something I would love to be doing, and that is going to be able to hold its own like in alchemy. Like, sure, there's Bowmasters, but like, no, there's not Bowmasters. That's right, because the Bowmasters got rebalanced, so the Bowmasters suck in alchemy, and the One Ring is not very good. So it's really just another Shieldred format. So Joust is pretty good against Shieldred because it can block Shieldred and kill it, and then Shieldred can't block it and kill it because it prevents the damage. Like, we've witnessed that a couple times. So let's see what comes up. But if there's something that's halfway decent, we'll go Mardu, because there's also that the Discover Gnome artifact. It costs 5, but when it deals damage, you discover equal to the amount of damage it dealt. I wish that thing cost like 3. At 5, it's like a little high, but it's still fantastic. You get to play free spells. It's free spells. You just got to be able to like clear a path to get it in. But if you're in Mardu, that shouldn't be terribly hard. Like, there should be ways to like clear a path to get one creature, and it has trample, so it's like you could just like pump it or whatever. So I don't know. We'll see what comes out. But I think this was a good run. I had lots of fun. If you have any comments, let me know. If you're seeing also like clear misplays I'm making, like, feel free to like let me know. Like, because once again, it's 3:30 in the morning over here. I worked all day, so my brain is not firing it at a full 100% all the time. And it's, every time I'm jumping in, I'm building like a new version of this deck. So I'm trying to get like good reps in with one solid build. But right now we're just kind of changing it up and build something new. So if you're seeing lines that I'm not seeing, or if there's stuff that's going on where you're like, I should have done this, I should have done that, or like, we should try this or we should try that, like, feel free to let me know. Like, I am all on board with taking input and such. Like, I am not a super egocentric Magic player. Like, I take this, I enjoy the game and I put a lot of like thought and energy into it, but I also, at the end of the day, realize it's just a game, and it is just having fun. So it is something I very much enjoy, and I feel like I am very knowledgeable at, and have invested a ton of time and energy and money, unfortunately, into. But I do not hold it so near and so dear, and think that I am like super fantastic at this, and that I am like the be all end all of this at all. Like, I enjoy fun. Like, it is a puzzle to me. That's the way I play Magic. It is a bunch of puzzles spilled out on the floor, and I like taking the pieces and trying to build something that I find interesting and fun and creative and new and different. Like, the fact that I'm the only person I have seen, like, in hundreds of games, I'm the only player I've seen who's played Outfitted Jouster. And I have told people, and I have shown people how good this card is. I am the only person who is playing this card, it seems like. And it is just absolutely phenomenal. And that's what makes me happy. Like, I find joy in that I am building and doing something unique and fun. And it's working fairly successfully. So, as I said, if you have any thoughts or comments or whatever, like, feel free to leave them in the comments or let me know. If I can't ever get this up to like 1,000 subscribers, I will start doing these actually live and not doing them and posting them. But we got a little bit of a road to climb. But subscribe if you want. If you don't, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm doing this for myself and for the sake of doing it and enjoying it. But if people are also enjoying it, that is great. This turned into quite the long outro here, so I'm gonna go to bed. You have a good day or a good night.